Hello, welcome to the video. This is Lab DA3 and our group members consist of Aditya Pradhan, 19 BCT 0155, Vansh Kumar Kaushik, 19 BCT 0115, Anay Yogesh Rajguru, 19 BCT 0137, and me, Ritam Datta, 19 BCT 0121. We are going to discuss two assembly language programs. One is to find the largest and the smallest number in an array of numbers, and second is to bubble sort an array of numbers. Now we will be starting off with the very first program, which is to find the largest number in an array. Vansh here is presenting. Now we can see the code right here in front of us. We can see it's written model small, stack 64, data and code. These are the defaults for every assembly language program. They signify the stack segment, data segment and the code segment respectively. Moving on to the starting of a code, here we can see move AX, add data, move DS, AX. This sets the initial base address for the data segment, and from this base address, the displacement value, which here we can see in the next line, is 3000. The move SI, 3000H, here we are storing the logical address or the displacement of 3000 in the source index register. The next line, move DI 3500H, here we will store the result of the program in the logical address 3500, and that is stored in the destination index register. Now moving on to the next line, move CL, SI. This here will store the count value of the array of elements in the CL register, and since SI points to the address 3000, CL will store the value which we'll see in the output later on is 4. So CL will be 4 here. Next, moving on to the next line, move CH, 00H. CH register is initialized with the value 00. Now we will increment the source index register, and SI will point to the next address. And from here on, from the address 3001, all the array elements will be accessible. The next line, move AL, SI. Here we will store the first array element, which is being pointed to by the source index register, and this array element will be stored in the AL register. Then we'll decrement the CL register, and the CL value will be 3. Now we'll increment the source index register, and now SI will point to the second array element. Coming to this section of the code next, here we'll compare the array elements using the command cmd al, si. AL register will always store the largest value. So when we are comparing AL and SI, we'll have to see the value of the carry flag. If the carry flag is 0, then we'll execute the else statement. Else statement here is JNC fit. We'll directly go to the fit segment. If the carry flag is equal to 1, then we'll move on to the next line, that is move AL, SI. Carry flag equal to 1 signifies that the largest element is not yet stored in the AL register, and we need to store the largest value in the AL register. So moving on to the next part of the code, fit. Here it is the else statement. Here we'll increment the SI part. SI will now point to the third array element, and so on for every loop that we take. So whenever the carry flag is 0, we'll directly come to this section of the code, and if the carry flag is 1, then we'll come to the move AL, SI part, then we'll come to this section of the code. After implementing the SI, we'll go to the loop next statement. Here loop next will continue executing the next and the fit segment until and unless the value in the CL register is equal to 0. That will signify that we have compared all the elements that are there in the array. After all the comparisons are done, we are pretty sure that AL register will contain the largest value in the whole array. So now we'll store the value stored in the AL register into the destination index register. And as we know, the destination index register is storing the value 3500, the logical address. So the result that we obtain from this program, the largest number in the array, will now be stored at the 3500 logical address location. And next we come to the last ending of the program. Halt command ends the program, and now we'll go to the output of the part, which my friend Aditya will explain to you.
Now, I, Aditya Pradhan, will explain the output for the program, and my friend Vansh will execute it instruction by instruction. The first command we use to run the program is mesum space file name. This command creates three files: object file, source file, and cross file. So as we have got 0 errors, we run the second command, which is link space file name. Now we run the last command, which is debug space file name. Now we use T command, which stands for trace, for running the program instruction by instruction. Enter. The first two instructions are used for initializing the base address of data segment. Now move si comma 3000. Here the source index register is initialized with value 3000. Now the next command. In this command we initialize di with value 3500, which is the output address. So we will store our output here, T. Now we will supply the input to this program. So we use the command /e space ds semicolon 3000, which is the address of the data segment, and we will give our input here. So the current value stored here is 36. We will replace it with the value 4, which is the value of count, the number of elements we will be comparing. The next location is 3001, which will store the first element. So we enter the value 10, and similarly we enter the rest 3 inputs, which is 40 in 3002 location, 20 in 3003 location, and 30 in 3004 location. Now for checking this command we use -d space ds semicolon 3000, enter. So now we can see that the values have changed, and we can see that the values we wanted are stored in the desired location. So /t. Now we in this next command move ch comma 00, we move the count value to CL. So we need that as CX is working in combination with the loop instruction, we have to make the higher bit, that is CH, higher byte CH equal to 00. Next, the next command is increment SI. SI's current value is 3000. After this instruction it will be incremented by 1, and it will be pointing towards 3001, which is the address of the first element. So SI points to the first element of the array. Enter /t, enter. Now so we can see the changes in SI value. Now the next instruction is move AL comma value of SI. The first array element is moved to AL register, which means 10 in our case. So 10 is stored in the AL register. Uh, Bharti, enter. Now the next instruction is decrement CL. So CL is the count and we decrement it by 1, so it will become 3/t. Now the next instruction is increment SI. SI is incremented from 3001 to 3002 here. So the SI will point to the second element of the array T. Now this instruction CMP AL comma value of SI, here we compare the value in AL register with the value SI is pointing towards. So the SI is pointing towards value 20 and AL have stored the first value 10. SI is pointing towards 40 and AL is stored with 10. When 10 is compared with 40, as 10 is less than 40, so 40 is moved to AL registered. And now we run the next command. The next command JNB 001, and we run the next command. Move AL comma SI. This completes the procedure of storing the value 40 in AL register. Now we run the second next command, which is increment SI. SI is again incremented and its value is 3003 and it's pointing towards the value 20. Next command. Now the next command is loop. Loop here is used in combination with CX. So CX will automatically decrease by 1. Now we use T command again. CMP AL comma SI is again used to compare the current value in AL register with the value SI is pointing. So SI is pointing towards 20 and AL contains 40, so both are compared. As 40 is this time greater than 20, so no change in AL will take place. The next two commands are run, so no change in AL will take place, and we will again increment the SI so that it can point towards the next element in the array. So now SI will point towards 30 and its value will be 3004. Enter. The loop command will again decrement the value of CX, and we move towards the next command. The next command CMP AL comma SI will again compare the value of AL register and the value SI is pointing towards, which is in this case 30 and 40. So 40 is compared with 30, so 40 being greater, so again there will be no change in AL register's value. We run T command again. So T command. Now SI is incremented again, and now we can see that SI value will be 3005. So T command. The loop will decrement the counter again and it will be equal to 0, so the program will come out of the loop. T command. Now move value of di comma AL. Here the result is being stored in the location where di is pointing. So di, as we have initialized di with 3500, so di will be stored with the result, which is 40. So after this command we use a d space ds command for viewing the changes. D space ds semicolon 3500. As we can see, it is initially stored with value 74, but after the command runs, T command, now the value will be changed in DI and it will be stored with the result 40. Yes, as we can see, 3500 location has the value 40. So we have got our desired output in our desired location. The next command, halt, will end the program. So this brings us to the end of our first program. Thank you.
Now we'll see the code for the smallest number in an array. It is the same as the previous program where we found the largest number, only that here will be a small change in the comparison part. We'll just reverse what we are checking initially. So instead of comparison AL comma SI, it will be comparison SI comma AL. What this will do is when the carry flag will be 0, it will execute the move AL comma SI command, and when the carry flag will be 1, it will execute JMC fit command. And here thereby the AL register will always be storing the smallest number instead of the largest number in the previous program. And at the end of this program, as we will see in the output, we will obtain the smallest number in the array.
Now we will see the output of the smallest number in an array program. So we will use the same three commands for running the program. Mesum space file name, link space file name, and last command debug space file name. Now we run the program using trace function, trace command, and we can see that the program is following the same pattern as of the largest program. Now we will take the input. We keep the input same here, which is 10, 40, 20, and 30. Now the only we use a T8 command, which will directly execute and take us to the end of the program. Now as the program has reached towards end, we can check the results in the AL register and DI register. So the only difference here is that the AL will store the smallest number instead of largest, and at the end the command move bracket DI comma AL will now store the smallest number of the array. So we can see that the location 3500 is storing the value 10, which is smallest of all among them. So we have got the desired output in our desired location. So the program is ended. Thank you.